It's Nigeria versus Portugal as the Super Sand Eagles begin their campaign at the 2019 FIFA Beach Soccer Championship. And on the European football scene, champions Manchester City seek redemption against informed Chelsea, while Juventus, Napoli, and Inter Milan all face possible banana skin in the Serie A. My name is Bobby Bruno. Good morning and welcome to the weekend edition of Sport Express. Welcome back and many thanks for joining us on the weekend edition of Sport Express on this lovely Friday morning. It's time for the international newsreel. Pedro Peter is here with the latest news.
Thank you, Bode. We begin with cricket, where England continued its resurgence as they battled into the lead on the second day of their first test series against New Zealand. Sam Curran and Ben Stokes were instrumental as their displays helped England to a 353 all-out, while leaving their host 144 for 4 at the close, trailing by 209 runs. To Formula One, Renault have announced that driver Esteban Ocon will officially join their team on the 2nd of December, a day after the 2019 F1 season draws to a close at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The 23-year-old, who is Mercedes reserve driver this year, will now become the new partner and teammate of Daniel Ricciardo for the 2020 season, replacing Nico Hülkenberg. Ocon, who last raced in F1 in 2018, finished 6th on 4 occasions while driving for Team Force India. To tennis, Great Britain booked a spot in the knockout stages of the Davis Cup in Madrid, Spain, following a 2-1 victory over Kazakhstan on Thursday. Carl Edmonds stepped up in Andy Murray's absence to beat Mikhail Kukushkin 6-3, 6-3, but Dan Evans lost in 3 sets to Alexander Bolbik before the pair of Jamie Murray and Neil Skupski combined to win the doubles match. In other results, Germany beat Chile 2-1 to top Group C. Serbia, under the guidance of Novak Djokovic, powered past France, while Canada became the first country to reach the semi-finals, courtesy of a 2-1 victory over Australia. Lastly, to athletics, British sprinter Gina Asher-Smith capped up a sensational 2019 season by emerging the Sunday Times Sportswoman of the Year. The 23-year-old became the first British woman to win a major global sprint title when she stormed to victory in the women's 200 meters at the World Athletics Championship in Doha, Qatar in October. It is the second successive year that Gina Asher-Smith has claimed the award.
Alrighty, thank you very much, Pedro. There goes the international newsreel. Up next on the show, we head straight to the NBA. But Oguntuyi joins me for that. And for what a night for Giannis. Well, maybe such mornings I would also call him Adetokunbo. Yes, and let's.
But that's his name.
No, but you know, it's now Greek. So
that's the Greek spelling. Actually, if you look at the pronunciation of that the thing at his back, it's Adetokunbo. That's the pronunciation.
Adetokunbo.
Yeah, that's the Greek way of spelling it. But if you look at it, if you go to Wikipedia, they wrote it Adetokunbo, but the pronunciation is Adetokunbo.
Okay, let's go to the action on the court. Like I said, a night they had as the Milwaukee Bucks defeated Portland Trail Blazers 137-129, and for Giannis, 24 points, 19 rebounds, 15 assists. Incredible.
That's a career high. The other thing that happened in that game was that Carmelo Anthony played for the Blazers, and he for me, he had 5 assists. Carmelo Anthony never used to pass the ball. So that 5 assists means that.
So you're surprised?
I'm surprised, and I'm happy that it's evolving. Because I look at Tom Ward and what he's doing with the Lakers. The last 2 teams that Tom Ward had played for, he had bombed out. So I think Charlotte and Houston, it didn't come like he wanted to play. He still wanted to do what he's been doing, and it was about the team. So with the Lakers, he wants to be part of a group and he's contributing. So I know when I heard that Carmelo finally got a team, I was thinking, hey, who don't know how it's going to be, but he has shown up. But in this game particularly, he showed that he wants to be a part of the team. But for me, the big thing was that Giannis was crowded. One of the things that tried against Giannis last season, even though he was MVP, was that when he couldn't get going, the team couldn't win. But this one, they crowded him, like some teams did the playoffs, and he started passing. So 15 assists, that means that his game is also developing. So it's good to see him. It's good to see that he has grown from what we saw last year to now. And we are seeing a lot of strange things. First, Ben Simmons made the 3. Carmelo is passing, and now Giannis is making assists. Fantastic.
Well, such a strange NBA season we are witnessing.
I'm telling you.
And in the other game of the night, New Orleans Pelicans went 124-121 over the Phoenix Suns. Brandon Ingram, 28 points for the Pelicans, while Kelly Oubre Jr.'s 25.6 rebounds wasn't enough for the Suns.
I'm shocked that Suns lost this one because Suns seems to be on the up. Pelicans seems on the way down, and then go to Phoenix and they win this one. Hey, like you said, straight season.
Okay, a quick break on the show. When we'll return, it'll be time for the Nigerian sports team. Welcome back. You're tuned to the weekend edition of Sports Express on this lovely Friday morning. It's time for the Nigerian Sports. Bodoguntu is here for that, as usual. But let's begin with the 2019 FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup. Holding in Paraguay, and 8:30 tonight, it's Portugal versus Nigeria. And once again, I look at this group that includes world champions Brazil and, of course, Oman. So I do not know how the San Eagles will do it today, but they need a result somehow against this Portugal team.
What I like about this San Eagles is that they have evolved. In the past, we used to have players from the league come together 2 weeks or 3 weeks to the event, and then we take them to the championship that we have. But because of what I think we have to give credit to Yemi Adesanya as part of the group. When they went around Lagos State to do all the beaches to get players, some of them have been integrated into this. These are guys that play in the sand, you know. So we are seeing, even though they don't have a league, this is more like a professional sand team that is playing. So for me, whatever happens with them, we have changed the narrative from when we just pick up players from the league. Now, even Abu Aziz, even though he plays in the league, to all intents and purposes, he's a sand player.
He's not fully focused on the sand game.
He's fully focused because he has made a name, he has become a legend on the sand, and so I like what you're saying, and I do hope that they go from strength to strength. I'm looking at this World Cup as the beginning of something new for the San Eagles, because I'm sure they'll come back from this experience, and even if we never start a beach soccer league, the fact that we're not going to the beaches to pick guys who actually play there day in, day out, means that we are going to see a better team, as it were.
Okay.
So I wish them all the best.
Okay. Let's head straight to the NPFL right now. 2 games were played yesterday. Adamawa 1-0 over Abia Warriors, and Aqua Starlet defeated Ifeanyi 1-0 as well.
The 1-0 results have started.
Started.
I told you.
And with 5 games this weekend, Warri Wolves versus Rivers United. Castina will welcome Sunshine Stars. Kano Pillars versus Wiki Tourists. Ifeanyi will host Lobby Stars. Jigawa away at Heartland. Eyimba welcome Adamawa United. Rangers versus Aqua Starlet. Delta Force versus Nassau United. Aqua United will also host Nassau United. And Abia Warriors versus MFM.
My answer on the Abia Warriors MFM game. Abia Warriors, they've got to be careful. MFM, they played 2 draws at home, but they followed every home draw.
With a 1-0 win.
So Abia Warriors, you're on your own. I want to see Rangers against Aqua Starlets. They lost their last home game against MFM. They have newly promoted Aqua Starlets. They played well in the second half against Rivers. From what we saw in the match reports, they weren't there in the first half, but they played well in the second half. In fact, they came back from a good number, but they still lost. So I want to see them respond to Aqua Starlets. I keep saying this is the lead up to their December 1st game against Pyramids of Egypt. They need to get the team together and show that they're ready to go for it. Kano Pillars against Wiki Tourists, the first game of the 3-game ultimatum. They lost the second game and they are playing at home. Also, just like Rangers, they also lost their last home game, and then they lost their last home game. In fact, they lost the last 2 or the last 3. So now they've got to show something that they are champions that we know. But I also want to see what it moves against Rivers United. Rivers United played brilliantly in the second half. For what you read against Rangers, they could change formation. They played well. They got the win. Now they play against the Warri Wolves side. That look, they are like these are like local derbies, and so that will also be an interesting game. But like I said, we are seeing the 1-1 this. We hope we'll move from the 1-1 of yesterday to more expansive results.
I would actually love the 1-0 if it's consistent. I would actually love it.
You can explain that to your
Alrighty, another thing.
0.56.
Another thing.
Moving on.
Okay, that's Nigerian sports scene. A quick break on the show, and it'll be time for the World Soccer Report. And we've hit home stretch on the show, Sports Express, on this lovely Friday morning. Do remember you can join the conversation on our Twitter handle at SportsVisionNG in case you're in following just yet, and in case you are following, share your thoughts on anything you hear on the show. It's time for the World Soccer Report. Yemi Adesanya is here for that. And Yemi, wow, some tasty ties to look forward to this weekend, especially in the Syria. And I would love us to begin from there. On Saturday, we have AC Milan versus Napoli, Atlanta hosts Juventus, Torino versus Inter Milan, and in other games, Roma versus Brescia, Sassuolo versus Lazio. For Napoli, Juventus and Inter Milan. Possible banana skin, Yemi.
Yeah, potential banana skins. First and foremost for Inter, going to Torino, they haven't won there in the last three visits to Torino. But with Conte, you have a manager who has really done a lot of good work with this Inter side, but we're very tough. Torino have come off the last few games looking pretty good, like a team that will finish in the European places. But something just tells me that we might have a game where there will be goals, and then it will end in a draw. Milan at home to Napoli. Napoli are a team who are in turmoil now because of the issues concerning Laurentiis, the president, and Carlo Ancelotti, and that has somewhat affected their form on the pitch. Whilst Ancelotti remains one of those managers that I hold highly, I think that his team is suffering from distractions off field. And for Milan, whilst they've struggled, I think somehow under Stefano Pioli they found some form of stability. The way they played Juventus before the break was quite encouraging. Juventus needed a late goal from Dybala to win. So that gives Milan a little bit of a chance. But still, I still think that Napoli have a little bit of an edge because, hey, Ancelotti is visiting his former side anyway. I think Napoli has a little bit of an edge. But then something tells me we might still have another score draw here. Atlanta, Juventus. Well, for Atalanta, you know what to get. It's goals. They will score, and at the same time, they will concede. For Juventus, they're a little bit stronger now defensively. Their defensive rates at the start of the season seem to have been eased back-to-back clean sheets in the league. But I don't see how they will stop this Atlanta side from scoring. I don't see how they do it. Something tells me that Atlanta has a little bit of an edge. And I'm saying this because of the issues surrounding Cristiano Ronaldo. But then, the international break has somewhat done wonders to douse that tension. So, like I said, for the other two games, we'll have goals, we might also have a draw.
So, are you okay? So, you
So, I'm looking at score draws in the three games.
Okay, let's head over to the Premier League right now. I'd like us to discuss two games. Yemi, the big one, Manchester City will host in-form Chelsea. Chelsea 6 straight wins in the Premier League, while Tottenham Hotspurs, yes, Jose Mourinho as manager will be heading over to West Ham United. A London derby that is, and we should expect an interesting game.
As at last week, we would never have looked at this game.
As what to look forward to.
As what to look forward to. But with the emergence of Jose Mourinho, definitely it's one to look at. But as Manchester United manager, he suffered at the London Stadium. He suffered at the London Stadium. So I think that would be, lingering in his mind. He'll be thinking about it. But Spurs have the quality, and I think that somewhat they should be able to get something from this game. So I'm looking at a draw in now. I don't know why I'm looking at draws all along in this one. City at home to Chelsea. Chelsea 6 wins, 6 straight wins, 5 straight wins away from home. Top scorers away from home. Hey, last season this game saw City defeat Chelsea 6-0. I'm not sure that will happen again this time. But then, stranger things have happened. At the time that 6-0 happened, we didn't expect that it could happen. But City are winless in 2, which is their worst run this season. So they are up for it. But how do they react coming from an international break? Hey, Aguero has had to go play Brazil, go play Uruguay, will Ederson be back? Huge issues. What kind of defensive back four will he play? Will he bring in Fernandinho back? Will he start Angelino? So many questions for Manchester City. I think Chelsea look like the more steady side. We will have goals as well, but something tells me City might just nick it.
All right, in the La Liga, it's Real Madrid versus Real Sociedad. Leganes host Barcelona. Atletico Madrid are away at Granada. Valladolid will welcome Sevilla. Villarreal versus Celta Vigo. And in the Bundesliga, Fortuna Düsseldorf versus Bayern Munich. Dortmund will host Paderborn. Leipzig versus Cologne. Werder Bremen will host Schalke 04 and Mainz are away at Hoffenheim. And in the Ligue 1, there's a big one tonight. It's PSG versus Lille. Yemi, your thoughts quickly.
Two teams miss their young strikers. Osimhen is out on suspension. Mbappe is out injured. It has to be PSG all the way. I don't see where Yeah, Laurent Kreml is an experienced head from there, but I don't see how they can overpower PSG, especially with Neymar returning to the side.
All right, thank you very much, Yemi, and that's our show for today, Sports Express. So join us on Monday for another exciting edition, same time on Classic FM 97.3. My name is Bode Bruno. Have yourselves a sporting weekend.